Welcome back to Learn Responsive Design on Codecademy. We're in the sizing elements section. This is percentages, height, and width. And it says to size non-text HTML elements relative to their parent element on the page, you can use percentages. Percentages are often used to size box model values like width and height, padding, border, and margins. They can also be used to set positioning properties, top, bottom, left, right. To start, let's size the height and width of an element using percentages. So we got this main class, we'll give it a height, 300 pixels, width 500 pixels. This other main subsection, height 50%, width 50%. It says in the example above, dot main and dot subsection each represent divs. The subsection div is nested within the main div. Note that the dimensions of the parent div, main, have been set to a height of 300 pixels and a width of 500 pixels. When percentages are used, elements are sized relative to the dimensions of their parent element, also known as a container. Therefore, the dimension of the subsection div will be 150 pixels tall and 250 pixels wide. Be careful, child element dimensions may be set erroneously if the dimensions of its parent element aren't set first. Note, because the box model includes padding, borders, and margins, setting an element's width to 100% may cause content to overflow its parent container. While tempting, 100% should only be used when content will not have padding, border, or margin. Instructions. Currently, the blog takes up the full width of the body. Let's modify this so that it doesn't extend to fill the full width. In style.css, set the width in blog to 86. So here's our ID blog, and we need to set the width to 86%. So here, width 86%. And let us see if we can actually zoom out a little bit and see if we see the change. What we have just done is we have responsively set the width of our container to 86% of the full width of the body. So 2, great, resize the browser's width again. Notice that the blog's text becomes legible at smaller widths. So you guys can see, becomes illegible right there. So let's see how to fix this. We got to set the width in idblog.post to 52%. So ID blog post, we want to set our width 52%. Like it says, this will ensure that the text fills only 52% of its container width. Resize the browser now and notice how the text remains legible. So we can open this up, and as we go down, so that's a lot better. Okay, 3 says now set the width in .post.image container to 100%. This will make sure the image's container is always the full width of the blog post. Here, we want to just do width at 100%. And like it says, it will just make sure that the container of this image is always 100% the width of the page. We run this, pass. Scroll to the bottom of the web page. Notice that there are 2 images. We'd like to display these images next to each other on the page with equal width. Set the width in images, image container to 50%. We have images, image container here, set the width 50%. So now they're side by side. So the images still aren't looking like we want them to look, but like it says here, don't worry if the images still look distorted at the moment. You'll improve their appearance in a later exercise. So this is lesson 4, percentages, height, and width. And in the following lessons, we will learn how to improve on this, but this is already helping us a lot because we're starting to use relative measurements as opposed to absolute hard-coded units of measurement. I'll see you guys on the next lesson.